Most people judge their performance by what they can see, how focused they feel, how fast they think, how much they get done. But what if those outcomes are just the surface, and something deeper is quietly shaping all of it? Because behind every moment of clarity or confusion, your brain is operating in patterns, electrical patterns, often referred to as brainwaves, and most people never think about them. They just experience the result. Some days, your mind feels sharp, you process information quickly, you stay focused without effort, ideas connect naturally. Other days, it's the opposite. You read the same sentence multiple times, you lose track of what you were doing, even simple tasks feel slow, and it's easy to assume the difference is motivation or discipline. But that explanation doesn't fully hold up, because effort doesn't always change the outcome. You can try harder and still feel mentally stuck, which suggests something else is influencing performance, something beneath behavior. This is where brainwaves come in. Your brain isn't static. It operates across different frequencies, and each one is associated with a different type of mental state. Some are slower, linked to rest or low awareness, others are more active, linked to thinking, problem solving, and attention. But here's the key detail most people miss. Cognitive performance isn't just about how much activity is happening. It's about how organized that activity is. Think of it like a conversation. If multiple people are speaking at once, with no structure, it becomes noise. But when communication is synchronized, information flows clearly. The brain works in a similar way. When activity is scattered, thinking feels fragmented, distracted, unstable. But when patterns become more aligned, something changes. Focus becomes easier, processing feels smoother, and memory becomes more accessible, not because you forced it, but because the system is working more efficiently. This is often where higher frequency patterns, like gamma activity, start to get attention. They're associated with moments where different parts of the brain are communicating in sync, where information isn't just present, but integrated, and that integration is what supports higher level thinking, understanding, learning, decision making. But here's the limitation: you can't directly control those patterns. You can't simply decide to activate a high performance brain state, which is why so many people feel stuck. They try to control performance at the surface level without addressing the structure underneath, and that leads to a cycle: more effort, more frustration, inconsistent results. The real issue isn't that people lack ability. It's that their brain isn't always operating in a state that supports that ability. Once you start to see that, performance stops feeling random and starts to look conditional, dependent on internal patterns that are constantly shifting. This is also where different approaches begin to make more sense, not as shortcuts, but as ways to influence those underlying conditions. Sleep environment, mental engagement, even external inputs like sound, all of these can affect how the brain organizes its activity, not instantly, but gradually. And when that organization improves, so does performance, not because you pushed harder, but because the system became more aligned. The real issue isn't that you can't perform at a high level. It's that your brain isn't always in a state that allows it. And once you understand that, you stop chasing results directly and start paying attention to what makes those results possible. If you want to explore this deeper, there's a structured breakdown in the description that explains how these brain states are being approached and what to look for. And if this kind of explanation helps you see your own performance more clearly, you can subscribe for more content like this, because when the structure changes, the outcome tends to follow.